No, it's fine. It's
No,
heard.
I'll just let Anish talk.
Jordan for the looks. Jordan for the looks, and I'm for the chest.
Did you see the game today?
No, I mean, he was too handsome. I couldn't concentrate.
Jordan, Anish, welcome. We are innovating a bit tonight. You guys just played an incredible draw, crazy game. Maybe I'll start with you, Jordan. Your preparation today was quite impressive.
Yeah, I didn't really. I wasn't really aiming to play like complicated game actually. When I took on d5 on move 3, but I realized he could transpose back to Rogozin, and I found this really stupid idea. But okay, so let's give it a try. It looks fun, and kind of worked out well. And then he thought he found a forced draw, but it wasn't just a forced draw yet. I mean, position was still equal, but
Where was that first draw you're talking
when he
about?
played, I mean, Rook b8 is objectively a mistake, but I mean, everything Black does cannot be worse. Then he, with this Queen e7, Queen a3, and Knight d5 stuff, it's very close. I mean, it's definitely zeros by the engine, but I knew I could play on with c4, and I guess he misplayed it somewhere. And I mean, what happened after that, I don't even know. I mean, if I start talking, it's gonna take 10 minutes.
I
Can
think
you just-
after that just spoke for itself, I think.
Maybe Jordan, just before we switch to Anish, can you reveal a bit about how far your preparation went?
I just knew, like, this morning I checked, like, a new c4, like, zeros by engine, nothing more, nothing less. I mean, I remember c5 was being played in some position, so I kind of figured out logically during the game that after knight b4 I go queen e4, knight e5, and after knight c3 I should probably play c5. And I kind of knew, like, these endgames are probably a little bit more pleasant for white if he goes like queen c3. But I mean, I didn't know any moves after knight c3, c5 or anything. I wasn't even 100% sure that c5 is the good move.
Anish, you told me yesterday you were glad that the Dutch #1 spot was secure before the clash. I guess you felt under a lot of pressure today.
Yeah, no, to be honest, okay, I know this idea exists, but I thought the white doesn't equalize it. I should have let my comp run more. So the ideas where white is not equal, I usually recall less, but I will fix that.
I'm not sure white equalizes.
Yeah, but that's the problem. But I should like fix that. I should remember, because there are people like Jordan, Dubov, and a few people who go for ideas that are more risky than I usually, the kind of ideas that I go for. So then I don't remember them that well. And during the game, I knew that this position is probably better for black. So I thought that what's probably going to happen is that it's probably better for black. I'll now concentrate and make a draw. And I did that, and I just played some natural moves, and I calculated this line until knight d5, and to me it looked like it must be a draw. I even made some joke with Magnus, and I thought like this game looks
During the game?
Yeah, because I was sure it's just draw. I mean, I thought king d2 on the other move, then b5, just, and I was sure it's a draw, and I thought it's like I was probably better before because I know the engine gives some equal plus. But I thought, okay, if you are better, you can sometimes make mistakes and it will be draw, so it's all fine. And I thought, okay, it was quite neat calculation of mine, like very forcing, like the cleanest draw that I could see. But then he goes this c4, and I was shocked because I thought first the endgames are at least better for me, like, because normally I was taught that rook is 5 and knight is 3 and pawn is 1, so I did the math during the game. I was 1 up. But then, I realized that endgame...
Bishop is quite stronger though than
Bishop
knight
also,
sometimes.
no, but 3, yeah, also 3. It's 3.14, I think. It's like the pi, yeah. But anyway, like I thought queen c3, queen take, and then I realized that actually, yeah, there is some... I mean, I don't know. I just thought that, okay, if he plays on fast, he probably realizes that I can do endgame because that's the most tempting. So I kind of thought, I don't see why knight c3 is bad. I'm not sure about the endgame. Let me just go knight c3 sort of, and continue in the same spirit, try to just play, principled. And usually how it is when you have an engine running, that somehow you play in the most principled way, and somehow white does a perpetual. But somehow perpetual never came in the game, and somehow when the engine does it, it looks much better than when I do it. When I do it, I just get in trouble. And actually the weird part with the game, I think, was the end game, because I think maybe I misevaluated, but I looked at the end game. I mean, it cannot be worse, I thought originally, but maybe I'm wrong.
But you skipped a big part of the game. I mean, before we started the interview, you said you felt you were lost. That was surely
in the end game.
Earlier.
Yeah, earlier as well. I was lost earlier, I think, as well.
I think after rook b6, I must be winning.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time, but Rook b6 was like such an ingenious defense. It even took me like 15 minutes to seal all the resources.
Yeah, no, I must
And
say
then I
that
still couldn't find a win.
I must say in this game I stumbled upon an incredible amount of lucky resources. Like I didn't see anything in advance, but like there were like 100 brilliant moves that I made in this game. I didn't see anything. Like there were so many moments where there's some absolutely sick tactics, starting with the rook b6, rook c6, and then like there were a bunch of nasty stuff. There's somewhere there's move queen b7 back, which was incredible. Then somewhere there's knight to queen h4 checkmate as well. So like everything kind of works at least. Then later I blundered a bunch of things, and then I have this f5, blundering that he has bishop takes e4 rook b4, but then I have this rook d8 again, which is kind of by miracle working. And in the end as well, like I was dead lost, but after e5 I have this rook takes e5, and I'm queening my a pawn like by miracle. And then as well I blundered everything, but I have rook e8, I have king g7, and all these moves that are making me stay in the game. It was just pure luck.
Maybe let's talk about non-chess. What are your feelings?
For each other. There's no feelings. There are no feelings. I mean, I'm married, Jordan also is in a relationship, everything's good. No feelings.
No, but it was a really, you guys are the number 1 and 2 Dutch players. It was a really intense battle. I imagine there is some relief for you, Anish?
Yeah, during the game I thought today, because I was supposed to play that championship, during the game I thought like I'm not going to play that championship. I mean, this is ridiculous. I don't want to go through this again. Always when
I'm not sure I'm playing Dutch Championship either. Yeah.
Please don't, because but no, it's a Jubilee edition. I think they'll convince you as well, so that's the problem. But I was really yeah, I mean, like it's very hard for me to predict Jordan's opening, and yeah, I don't know which approach to go for. There are various approaches to deal with well-prepared players, especially nowadays, but it's hard for me to, yeah, somehow. And it didn't work out again today. The game just went completely out of control. So, yeah, difficult for me to play when he's well-prepared.
Jordan, what about you? Do you feel frustrated tonight?
No, I'm also relieved. Like when he played a2 at some point, I thought I might be losing. So
If you stop a1, yeah?
Yeah. No, like at first I would, maybe if I wouldn't, like the way the game went, I'm not upset, or just very interesting game. So I mean, you can also appreciate playing an interesting game, I guess, and at least now it feels better, like not having looked at the engine Evo yet. Maybe it's gonna be worse when I look later.
You should just think that you played an interesting game and
yes.
look at, and you should never look at the engine Evo.
Well, Anish, I think it's your first ever interview without checking the computer first.
Yeah, no, I mean sometimes it's just too much. It's fine. I don't think it's necessary to check the computer when you're so brilliant yourself. There's no need to to consult the computer.
Only one game remains. Today, all the main games ended in a draw, which once again means the status quo at the top remains the same. And each will be White against Richard report. Do you feel you're in a must-win situation to catch Nordjebek?
No, I'm not going to say anything.
You
I have the
invoke your right to remain silent.
And Richard has the right to watch this interview, so I'm not going to say anything about this the upcoming game. I can tell you that I had a certain plan for it, but we'll see.
Jordan, what about you? How are you feeling ahead of the last round game?
Well, I don't really have a role. I don't have any chance myself, but I can at least try to keep the tournament interesting by not losing tomorrow. So I'll try to do that, I guess.
Good plan.
And will you be supplying some help with the preparation?
I don't think Jordan needs any help from what I've seen so far. But yeah, he's played well in the last few days. I think much better than at the start. So tomorrow could be fun. Magnus made. What did Magnus do?
Drew against Mark.
Okay, that's a pity, because if Magnus won, it would have been even more exciting. Because now but maybe Jordan will win, and also maybe I'll draw, and we'll. There are many different, and Magnus will win as well, many different scenarios of how we can get joint winners.
I think you've said everything, Anish. Tomorrow will be an exciting day. Thank you both for a really fun game to follow, and good luck for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.